Hey, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria? How's it going? We are so happy you're here. Welcome to our show. We meet here every Tuesday at 9, and we have a wonderful time. Leo, hit that promo.
Yeah, I'm a big fish in a small pond. Day's free and my night's long. I create my own reality. Who I am is right with me. I'm as famous, I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am.
Leo, another amazing promo. I noticed how you snuck that genius in there. That was hysterical. Shout out to Leo Rodriguez for helping us every week. He is my right-hand man. I don't know what I'd do without Leo. Thank you, Leo. Look, no surprise who's popped in first. Danielle of D's Enlightened Edits. She says, happy Tuesday, Maria, Leo, and genius in the wings. That's right. So anyway, nice to see you, Danielle. Always, I saw Danielle this weekend. She is so sweet and does amazing things and so smart. So Danielle is our friend. She's a spiritual medium. She is a healer. She does so many incredible things. Please check her out at D's Enlightened Edits. Thank you, Leo. The website is wonderful, and there are so many things on there that will make you feel better. And if you are someone like me that is fascinated by the mystical arts, and D talks to the other side, it's incredible. So we have a friend in D that does that. If you want to book a quantum session, that's what I had. I can't say enough about it. I also had a mini spirit animal reading, loved it. So anyway, that's what's going on with D, and we appreciate you always, D. Now, Annette Zito, our favorite chef, Annette Zito from Kitch Annette. She's on YouTube. Check out Kitch Annette. She does incredible things. And I'm sure she'll be getting some stuff together for Halloween. So check her out. Our friend Claudia Achira has joined. Oh my God, Claudia, we got to get you on the show. I'm so glad we're reconnected. Claudia is an amazing musician, studio engineer, writer. She plays all kinds of instruments. Please, we have to connect again and get you on the show. Liz Goldenberg, happy Tuesday. Hi, my love. How are you? Liz and I were texting earlier. Her brother-in-law, Tom Gold, who we had on the show, who's an incredible ballet dancer, choreographer of the Tom Gold Dance Company. They have a show coming up next Wednesday, I believe. So Liz, I'm not able to type, but if you can type it in right now, we can promo Tom a little bit. Tom, by the way, here's a little something for you. Tom Gold, as per his agent, Liz Goldenberg, is going to be our Mr. November in the 2024 calendar. Oh my God, get ready. This calendar, look, they're all amazing. Every year has been amazing. We have some amazing people in this calendar as well. Now, Rena Cunali-Bergi has popped on, my cousin from Massachusetts. Hi, honey. Happy Tuesday, beautiful people. You are the beautiful one. Lori Towers, she's famous. Lori Towers of John and Lori. They are musicians. They are incredible people. They are writers. John and I have been around our favorite people. Yes, and Lori is an incredible publicist. So she has sent us many, a wonderful person that's been on the show. She's Harvey Brownstone's publicist. She is Louise Sorel's publicist. Oh my God, so many incredible people. Susan Silver. So thank you, Lori, for connecting us with all these wonderful people that you have. And we're going to have more. We're going to hopefully have Conchetta Tomei on as well. We're going to connect with that. Liz, here are the details on Tom Gold's dance performance next week. Great. So check that out. Tom Gold is one of the nicest human beings I have ever met. And he's Liz Goldenberg's brother-in-law, and he happens to be amazingly talented. So his dance company is doing a great performance next week. So check that out. Hi from Ron and Ziana who are watching with me, says Rena Crugnali Berge. Oh my God, Ron Berge, speaking of calendar people, calendar boys and girls, Ron Berge was the original Mr. February in our first calendar of 2022. And as Leo would say, Mr. Postman, you know how Leo does that thing where he shimmies a little bit. John Pietero, 2 for the price of 1. Oh my God. John is doing incredible things with Local 802. John, yes, go Unions. John is doing so many amazing things. Thank you, John. And also SAG, the Writers Guild has started to work things. I think they actually did go back to work. Yes. So the Writers Guild is back to work, the WGA, right? And SAG is back in negotiations, and it looks like things are looking up. So since May, everybody's been on strike. And you know what? That's the way to do it. I am all about unions. I'm a union person. My family, they're all in the union, different unions. And so I'm all about that. I'm a SAG member, SAG-AFTRA. I am an Actors Equity member and ASCAP, all that stuff. Okay, so what did I want to talk about? Leo, join me for a second. As you know, I sometimes... hi, baby.
Hi.
So Leo, Gene Simpson Dunn has joined us. Gene, I think you're doing some stuff out there in your theater. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about, Leo. So next Tuesday, there is no show.
Mm-hmm.
There is no show. What's the Story with Maria show? Because it is Tuesday, falls on Halloween. Most of our people are giving out candy, taking their kids to different after school parties or grandkids or whatever. So everybody's getting the night off next week.
I have a new want for my Halloween. I'm going to go trick-or-treating for bread.
Leo! Oh my God. So you're wondering what on earth is happening right now. This happens to be my cousin, Jerry Sabino, who is a baker by trade.
A baker. Okay.
Yeah, and a consultant. So he wanted to be Mr. October so badly. Of course, after Ron, who was the first person in our family to originate the role as a calendar boy, Jerry's like, I want to do that. So Jerry, I think, is enjoying. He's showing that he deals with bread on a daily basis, and bread is a good thing, unless you're on the keto, which I am. I'm back on the keto now, but. Anyway, so there he is, trick or treat. Jerry, our October calendar boy, his birthday month. I know, Liz, hysterical. It's right. And let me tell you, I think Jerry looks good. He's, he and I are almost the same age. He's like a year younger than me. So we're not spring chickens. I think he looks pretty good.
I'll tell you, you mentioned Tom Gold. He is definitely on point.
Yes. And yes, we can't show anything because that'll be in the next. Now, we want to let everybody know. Oh, by the way, Gene Simpson Dunn, who knows my family because we went to high school together, she's saying, oh, my God. Yes, she knows Jerry.
Look at Lori.
Lori is cracking and talk about bread. Yes. Yes, Lori. Ooh. Now, speaking of Lori and John, drum roll, because when our show comes back on the 7th of November, Lori and John are Mr. and Mrs. November calendar girl and boy.
Oh, I have them lined up. I love the selection of bourbons, by the way. I don't imbibe anymore, but the selection of bourbon in that picture is just very, very telling of people that know what they're doing.
Leo, you are a bourbon guy, though, right?
I am a bourbon guy, but I just, I don't drink anymore. So, but when I do, yeah, you remember I had those blackberry. I
used to make you blackberry Manhattans. That's actually, I created those for Liz Goldenberg's birthday. Mm-hmm. One year, because Liz throws the greatest Halloween parties and all different kinds. She was always throwing parties, but she used to bring a huge group into the duplex. And so I created the Liz Goldenberg one year. And Liz loves a good Manhattan. So what I started doing was muddling blackberries in there. So that was inspired by, and I know you love the Blackberry
I
Manhattan.
used to love to see you come in about it was about 8:45, 8:30, and you'd come in, drop your bags, you'd go really quick, and you'd get some fresh blackberries, and you'd walk back in, and you start muddling, and I'd sit right there in the corner watching you work.
Yeah, I love to create wonderful cocktails. And as a matter of fact, a lot of events coming up at the Stonewall Inn. So next Tuesday, I'm going to be working the door at the Stonewall Inn because it is Halloween and there's a huge parade in New York City. A Halloween
Really?
parade.
Halloween?
Yeah,
The gays
yeah.
like Halloween?
The gays, the straights, the kids,
The straight people.
everybody loves Halloween. So next Tuesday, if you're in the city, I think it's between Canal Street and maybe 26th Street or something. The parade goes up. Check that route, but it's up 6th Avenue. And then come and see us at the Stonewall Inn. The most incredible costumes you'll ever see are in the village that night.
I don't dress up anymore. I go as a Halloweenie.
Oh, you do?
Womp womp womp.
Jerry just turned sexy 60 last
Woo,
week.
Jerry.
That's what Rena says because we're all cousins. I know he is sexy 60. He's so funny. Oh my God, you'd be in love with him. Jerry is a flirt and he is so charming. You can't imagine.
Well, I just got an order of Ken Patton's jams in the thing, so I would definitely get the bread because I just dunk in those jams.
So delicious. Andy Prasky says bread pudding with brown sugar bourbon glaze. Beautiful.
I want some of that.
I do love bread pudding. Bill Goffey says, isn't that Halloween parade Saturday in the village? I thought it was Tuesday. Well, maybe they have separate ones. Maybe they have more. I don't know. Well, you're going to be Bill Goffey is at the Monster on a Saturday from 7 to 11. So go and see Bill Goffey. It's open mic. He sings and
at the Monster. I thought you said Bill Goffey is a monster from 7:30.
At the Monster.
At the Monster.
7 to 11. And let me see. What else? Greenwich Village 2023 Halloween Parade. And Lynn has added the link. So thank you so much.
No, did you put down Gold Dance event?
What?
Oh, there it is in the second one. Okay.
Yeah, the second one. John Piatura says Tuesday. Yes, it is Tuesday. But if you're in the village on Saturday, go see Bill. See, there's so much to do. I am at the Duplex on Wednesdays. I'm at Stonewall on Mondays. It's crazy. Yes.
I was going to say I have something to do tomorrow night. If you guys are around or not doing anything, tune in with me to listen to my favorite DJs on Wednesday night. They give you great music from jazz to punk to really just great music, great history, great poetry as well. Great and John Pietro will actually throw in some live reading poetries. Just getting trained. He's got a great voice for it as well.
Oh, he does, and his poems are amazing.
And Lori keeps him in check.
Yeah,
and I just love listening to him. They're on WFMU.org Wednesdays. 10 to the witching hour, I believe. And it's on Sheena's Jungle Room, and it's the underground, beneath the underground.
I
with John and Laurie. I love it. It's so much fun. I love being part of that little group every Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually at work, but then I listen to it the next day or a few days later while I'm cooking. So shout out to Laurie and John. And there's so much good stuff happening. Just stay tuned in to things that are happening and support your friends. Always support your friends. Speaking of friends, we have two very special people on that I have been friends with for 30 years, right? 30 years. And they've been friends with each other for longer than that. And they have been working as a songwriting team. They are bringing back a musical that they wrote 30 years ago. And I saw it in its first, when it first came around, and now it's being resurrected. And we want to talk about that. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dan Clancy and Lynn Portas, genius. There's Dan. There's woo.
Dan.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, honey.
Hi, love.
Welcome, Dan. Welcome to our show.
Nice to be here. And thank you for doing this, Maria.
Oh, my God. It is so my pleasure. Now, Lynn's been on the show a ton of times. And no, you have, Lynn. It's great.
I know.
Now, my Boston people that watch, if you came to our show in May, Lynn is my musical director. Oh, she's my best friend, but she's also my musical director. And we played at Club Cafe. We had the most wonderful experience. So if you're looking and you're saying, wait, she looks familiar. Yes, that is the same person.
Except for the headphones.
Yep. Now, Lynn is an amazing songwriter, composer, and Dan and Lynn are the songwriting team. You two have been writing together for how long?
You're thinking-
28, maybe? What do
No.
you think?
No,
30?
how many years? 35 years.
35.
Wow.
35 years. My
Wow.
daughter, as old as my kids.
Wow.
35.
Yes, it's definitely a wow.
That's
Look,
enough.
speaking of your kids, look who just popped on. One of my favorite humans in the world, Jacqueline Marie.
Jackie!
Dr. Jackie, who is the official doctor of What's the Story with Maria. By the way, Jackie, maybe you could come back on soon and talk about some whatever you want, honey. You're
Up
you're
and
one of my
coming.
favorite people. So Jackie was just, I'm 36, she says. You were pregnant with
35.
Jackie?
I had just had Jackie. She was born.
Oh
When
my God.
She was like in the crib when I met Dan.
Oh my God.
He came over the house and we wrote our first song.
And what was it? Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
What was
Isn't our
your first-
language strange?
Isn't our
Remember that, Dan?
Yes, that was from first time.
I
She
love
simply
that show.
changed. I love
Thank
you
you.
too. I loved you. Added a D to make what was we just me. From want to
Wow.
wanted, need to needed. Isn't our language strange? It's a long story, but it was a
Okay,
English.
so
Dan could explain the scene, but
Dan, so you had a show called The First Time, which I loved.
Thank you.
And it was all about first times of different things.
yeah, of
Of
sexual.
love. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was vignettes,
Yes,
right?
And you appeared when we did a few nights on 42nd Street, and you performed it. I don't know if you remember, Maria.
I remember. I loved it. It was an honor. It was at the West Bank Cafe
Right.
Yeah.
at the Laurie Beachman Theater. I remember it like it was.
And do you remember who directed it?
Oh my God, I can't remember his name, but I remember his apartment. Oh, please refresh
Yeah,
my memory.
Tama Hogan. Remember who directed
Hair.
Hair? I mean, amazing. I mean, incredible history.
Yes, he was
of
incredible.
theater.
Yeah.
You know
Wow.
what? He was incredible. Oh, Nicole, speaking of incredible, Nicole Ann has popped on.
Hi, Nick.
Lynn's other daughter, just as amazing as Jackie.
They
Oh,
love Dan. They gotta
Who-
hear. They gotta see.
Who
Dan.
doesn't love Dan?
Thank you.
Leo, what did you want to say?
I just wanted to say that your brother from another mother has been on there as well, and he knows everybody here. So Chris DePero is in as well, my buddy.
Chris DePiero. We love, who doesn't love Chris DePiero? There he
Right?
is from and Chris has his own show on Mondays and sometimes Wednesdays called Live from New Jersey. So please check out Chris and Silvana. They do their show. Chris, I always get it wrong. Is it Live from Jersey or Live from New Jersey? I think it's Live from Jersey. No, maybe, I don't know. Just type it in. But it's so great. And if you want to put the link in too. Okay, so you started writing together, and that was the first song that you wrote for that show, which so that was, and it was very successful. Now, when did you first write 108 Waverly?
1998, Lynn. What do you think?
Yeah, we were kind of starting before that, but I'd say about 98. Yeah.
The first performance. I mean, we had readings, but the first performance was in 2001 at Queen's Theater in the Park. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Yeah.
In Flushing Meadows.
Right.
And where did I see it? Did it
I
play
think-
in the city as
Yeah,
well?
I think you might have seen it. There
Directors.
was a gay fest every June
Yeah,
at the Directors Company on maybe 44th Street, and you might have seen it.
That's
you
where I
might have seen it there.
yep. It was.
Yeah.
Do you know? And I'm not just saying this, Dan, because I don't have any reason to make this up. That play, that musical, has stayed with me all these years. It has haunted me. I cannot get it out of my head. The beauty of it, the sadness of it, the depth of it. And so let's tell people, because this show is now coming back. It's going to be in a different theater. It's going to be in Florida, in the Fort Lauderdale area, Winton Manors. The name of the theater is
Wilton, yeah.
the Wilton Manors. Okay, I'm sorry, the Founding Theater, and this is this time's cast. I cannot say enough. If you are in that area, and I know our friend Scott Ryan is out there, my cousin Cora goes out there quite often. She's in that close area. A lot of our friends from Hollywood are out there. It's all close enough that you can make it there. I can't say enough about the show and how haunting and beautiful it is. And the original music by Lynn Portas. Dan, you're the book writer and the lyricist. Is that correct? Okay.
That's correct.
And Lynn is the composer. So now let's tell people what the show is about.
Okay. It's a musical that takes place at 108 Waverly, fifth floor walk up in Greenwich Village. And it's about a gay couple who live in that apartment in the 1920s and a gay couple who live there in the 1990s. The music is...
I already have chills. I just want to let you know. Just
I was at rehearsals today and I was crying.
It's that kind of a show. It's that kind of a show.
So the music is 1920s and 1990s. And basically, it's about what was it like being a gay couple in the 1920s? What was it like being a gay couple in the 1990s? The differences as well as the similarities. And that's basically the storyline.
Wow. And so when you and Lynn get together, I know it's like it's family, right? But do you have ideas and you come to Lynn, or do you already have the lyrics written and you come to Lynn? How does your creative process work? The two of you.
Okay. I don't even know where middle C is on the piano. That's true. So what happens is, first of all, when I went to Lynn, I said, I have this idea for a musical. Lynn never says no. She says, yes, let's just try it. And so what happens is I write the book and the lyrics, and I go to Lynn and I give Lynn the lyrics, and then she plays around with it. And I can't hear it on the piano. So I'm an English teacher. So she has to say to me, sort of, I need da-da, 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 like iambic pentameter. And I go, oh, then I understand it. But if Lynn had ever just played music, there is no way I could ever work. So I'm so lucky and blessed to have this wonderful woman. First, I write the words, but the Lynn's music makes them memorable. And that's the reality of our writing.
No. I said there's nothing without his word. The music would not be written without those lyrics. They come first. So you see them and then I hear them.
Wow.
And she hears that. And it takes me like 3 weeks to write a song, and I send it to Lynn, and 10 minutes later she's on the phone.
I know. That's what she does.
The best was, I guess it was from the show Our Time.
Yeah.
And she was working with me out in Fire Island. I gave her the lyrics. She went on the ferry. She got off the ferry and she played me the song. And it's probably the best.
I knew it was a great song. That was the best.
It was the best song I think we've ever written. It took me like up 2 months, and it took her a ferry ride. What is that? 15 minutes?
Yeah, but that's how she is. That's how Lynn works. Now, that was another show that you did together called Our Time, right?
Our Time, yeah.
Correct.
Oh, that was it. That was the picture from Our Time.
Yes.
So you've written now to date 3 musicals, right?
No, many
more.
I think altogether between the children's musicals and the adult musicals and an animated movie, I think. What do you think? About 8?
8. We figured we were counting 8. Yeah. And we
That's
never had a fight.
What?
I love it.
Hey, listen, I'm looking at the screen. May 21st is Maria's birthday. February 21st is Dan. November 21st is me.
Yes.
So all of us, there's a connection between Dan and I. I know Danielle's listening, but
yes,
Dan
Danielle.
and I have always, there was never a question. We were the besties, best of friends.
Oh my God, 21
Wonderful partner.
Yeah, so Danielle will have something to say about this. She knows.
Oh yeah,
all about this stuff. So listen, do you want to play?
Yeah, I would like to say something about the show's music. It starts out with it starts out with a older gentleman, right? The 20s couple, the older couple. 6'5". I thought it was here. Sorry, guys. Foxtrot.
So Danielle says, born on the same number day means a numerological match, even if the zodiac sign differs. So that's it. We're all numerically matched.
That's us. Okay, so here we go. I'll do it a little higher. Spend the night. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so this is Brian. You want to set it up, Dan?
Sure. The 20s couple is Brian and Matthew, and Brian's a school teacher and is his apartment 108. And Matthew is a banker who lives with his family. He's Irish Catholic, and it's very difficult for him to accept being gay. And the first song of the show is Brian is trying to convince him to spend the night with him. And they've been dating for about 2 years.
It's a little bit. Spend the night. Don't worry what the people might say. Spend the night. What a perfect way of ending this day. Can't you see? I really have to go. I'll introduce my left to your right toe. Yes, and he says no. Can't spend the night. So it's very 20s. You get it?
Yeah.
It's, very much in the pocket of this period. So it's kind of like a foxtrot.
I love it.
It's a very light and lovely and wonderful. And then the second song gives you another period. So you can tell, Dan, what happens.
Okay, the second couple who live in the same apartment in 1998, and it's Robbie and Lee, and they've been living together for 3 years. And Robbie's a real party boy, and Lee is ready to settle down. And even in 1998, he really would love to adopt. And in 1998, it was really difficult.
Yep.
And so Robbie wants to go out and have a great time, and Lee is ready to settle down. So the opening song is they're getting ready to go out for the night then.
Yes. Okay. So there we go. Track. Yeah. It's not easy. I'm trying, guys.
Yeah, that's okay, honey.
So
and
this is a dance. This is a dance track.
Okay.
Okay.
And yep, we're ready.
You'll hear it. So now you know you're in 1990, right? Okay, here we go. 1. Yeah. He's gorgeous too. Throw off my suit. Jump into my. Sorry. Breathe free at the Roxy. I'm no outsider here. Just looking over my shoulder. No need to be uptight. Feeling the vibe here with my tribe. Everything's just right. I'm a star, I'm famous. I'm where I want to be. I'm here, my dear, and I'm absolutely fabulous. And that's that.
Oh,
So, and it goes on, but it's a big dance number.
yeah. But also during that time, Dan, because I remember, because I was in the city, it really was a lot about that club life, right?
Definitely.
So you really captured that. The two of you really captured that. And being a person in the city, I remember it well. So you really captured it, and the music of and that time period. So the show, to explain to the audience now, Liz Goldenberg says, "Thank you so much for sharing your creative process." See, people really like to know about that. Gene Simpson, who, by the way, Gene, are you still the artistic director of that theater in Indiana? I mean, in Illinois? Let us know. Jean for a long time. You remember Jean? She was in our writers group.
Jean, I love her.
I know you do.
In our reading group. Hi, Jean.
So who's to say it doesn't go to another theater in another city? But John Pietero wanted to know if it was going to be in New York City. Do you think that perhaps it would come back here at some point?
I mean, of course. I mean, any writer would love to have a New York production. It's getting harder and harder for plays, of course,
I
and
know.
musicals, and especially a small musical. Lynn and I have done a lot of work on this. The script, especially the first act, needed a lot of work. And fortunately, we hooked up with the brilliant director, Bruce Linzer. And so he really helped me. And then Lynn and I, we're better writers than we were back then. And so we've been playing around with the lyrics. And there was a tiny little piece of a song. And this young man who plays Matthew came in, and he has the voice of a god. And when he sang just the tiniest little bit, during rehearsals, the musical director and all the actors said, "We want more." So of course I called Lynn and I said, "They want more." And Lynn, of course, always says, "Yes, more is more." And can you just play 2 seconds of it, Lynn? Is that possible?
Yeah. Okay. Love you, I've stolen my heart, right?
That's it.
I just want the right bass. Why was I blessed? What did I do? Was it some angel that brought me to you? And what of the love that's on too much? Okay, bye. Now listen to the chorus. Let me speak this. Love you add smiles to my morning, skip to my walk, put words to my song, added some to my talk. You've given these gifts, please never depart. Love, you have stolen my heart. So it's very 20s.
Oh, I love it. It's so romantic.
You've given these gifts, please never depart. Love, you have stolen my heart. Love, you have stolen my heart.
Oh.
Very 20s, 1920s kind of.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
So we had to find all these styles of music.
Okay, Jean says goosebumps. Me too, Jean. Me too. It's just gorgeous, and I can't say enough. Let me just stop for a second because we have more people that have joined us. Barry Silver, who is in Florida. Barry, if you are close to the Founding Theater at Wilton Manors in the Foundry. I'm so sorry. Foundry Theater at Winton Manors, Fort Lauderdale, Florida area there, which I think Barry is close to that. Now, what are the exact dates? Dan, tell us the dates.
The dates, it opens next Wednesday, November 1st, and it closes on December 10th.
Beautiful. And Leo, if you wouldn't mind there it is. Thank you, sweetheart. Leo is always one step ahead of me. Tickets available now. So if they want to, the website for that, thank you, Leo, once again. Tickets for 108 Waverly, and there is the link. It says RonnieLarson.com, www.RonnieLarson.com. So please do yourself a favor. And if you were in that area of Florida, or even if you're close to it, make a plan, make it a day, maybe get a bunch of people and drive up that way. It's so worth it. If you're in the New York area and you were going to go out there anyway for a little vacation, make a plan to go see the show. And you're both there all the time, right? No. So you're at every performance?
No.
No?
Dan is there.
I'm not there at every performance, but I mean, like next week, we're going to be there. Yes. And then Lynn's going back to New York, and I'll just drop in every once in a while. Certain groups, some gay groups have bought out the house for the night. And so, I just want to go there and thank them. So
of course.
Ronnie Larson, who is an amazing man, who's the artistic director. I mean, his introduction to the shows each night is like a stand-up comedy act. He is one of the funniest men in the world.
Oh, how wonderful. That's fantastic. And after the show, I'm going to post it on a bunch of different groups and stuff and send it to friends I know that are in that area. This is so wonderful. Now, Jean says she is on the board, and I believe, is it the Fisher Theater, Jean, that she and her husband helped restore this old theater in Illinois. So she is on the board there, which is wonderful. Rebecca Whiteman has joined us. Barry Silver, Greg Goodbrode, who's my friend, and oh my God, Greg, in the future could
Mm-hmm.
play one of these roles. He's one of the most incredible singers you'll ever hear. But he's in the New York area. Harvey Brownstone is watching. Hey, Harvey. Good to see you, sweetheart. Harvey Brownstone, an amazing, talk about a gay rights activist.
Mm.
Dan, you'll love this. He was on the Supreme Court in Canada. He was a justice on the Supreme Court. And when Canada's gay marriage laws passed, something like 3,000 Americans went up there to be married. And Harvey initiated all these weddings. I mean, can you believe this?
Harvey.
Thank you, Harvey Brownstone. Amazing human being. You talk about goosebumps. When you're around Harvey, you get goosebumps. A lovely, beautiful person that has changed gay history. Okay, so yes, everybody is loving that as well. Okay, so now you and the show starts at what time? 7:30, 8 o'clock?
Depends on, it runs on Thursday through Sunday, most 8 o'clock, but some matinees on Sunday.
Oh, great.
Again, once you go on to and RonnieLawson.com, they'll list all the performances and the time of the performances. It's a very small theater, very intimate theater. But I really hope people will visit 108. I think it's really quite special. And I truthfully, I was there today in rehearsals, and I end up crying all the time. And that's like, 30 years of crying. And,
right.
And there's
still crying.
And there's still tears left for 108.
Yes, for 108.
It's beautiful.
My daughters love Mr. Backlash, so that's the one they wanted me to.
Okay, go ahead, play it, Lynn.
So Dan, but you have to set up Mr. Backlash a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's the 1990s couple, and there was a wannabe dads meeting, and the couple, the 1990s, was supposed to meet at the gay center, and Robbie on his way there, in big letters, was fucking faggot. And he trying to rub the letters off and everything else. So just read, I got. And he finally realizes that, the backlash and that we're hated. And unfortunately, I have to say, we're still hated today. So he really basically tells his partner, look, you think life is really great living in the village. You live in a gay neighborhood, you have a gay laundrette and everything else. And he was saying to him, look, be careful, Mr. Backlash is after you. And this
Here we go. That is safe to go into the woods today. You think that now you're accepted for being gay. You think your career is on the fast track. You think that it's safe to turn your back. But think again, things haven't turned out that way. You think that today fairness is on your side. That now you've got nothing left to hide. You see your life is all peaches and cream. You think that you're a part of the American dream. But take a look at the fruit. It's gone bad inside. He calls you friend, he calls you brother. He's got a Bible in his hand and a rock in the other. He takes your pride, then he turns it into ash. He starts with his tongue and he ends with his clothes. You're not safe in your closets. He rips down the doors and smash, smash, crash. It's Mr. Backlash. Oh, it's a good one. Anyway.
Wow. Oh, that's so
and then
intense.
it gets more, but I'll shut it off. Okay.
Wow. And I'm reading, and Jackie said the same thing. Love Backlash, so intense.
Yeah.
That's the reaction I had. It's really intense.
Yeah. So the second half, second act is exactly that, right, Dan? You don't expect the second act. When the second act just hits you in the face.
Wow.
Smack in the face. And everything like you're afraid of happens. like things you don't think might happen. I think that's why I love the second act.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot, Dan. It's a lot.
Well, I'm going to jump in here, Dan. I think you'll agree with me. And, Lynn, you said it's a lot. People don't realize that living as a gay person is a lot. People don't realize that. I mean, we do what we do. We go about our business. We coexist. But most of us are incredibly productive human beings. And a lot of us are in the creative arts. But it's exhausting on a lot of levels to keep your chin up, keep your, just let it roll off your back. And what you have done, the two of you have done, is bring that out of the head of a gay person, the heart of a gay person, the closet of a gay person, where we hide amongst ourselves. And you have created this piece where, whether you're gay or have never met a gay person in your life and you're straight, you are inside that world and you understand the feelings and the challenges, not from an outside point of view, but from an inside point of view. And that is why I love this piece, because you have done such a service to the fear in a gay person's mind, living day to day. Just beautiful. Thank you both for doing that.
Thank you.
And I know we have to eat. We have to do your food section. I'm supposed to tell you it's 1:45.
Oh,
then we'll do one more song.
Okay, so we'll do it quickly. Our food section of the show is thank you, Liddy, is called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. So every week, thank you, Dan. Every week I stay creative and we do what we have to do. So this week, though, I can't take credit. I did not cook this first part because today was my 34-year sober anniversary. Thank you very much. I'm very proud of myself. So a bunch of my sober buddies took me out for, we went out for Dominican food and we had this delicious chicken. And I said, and they all had to get going. I said, I'll take that leftover. So I'm having Dominican chicken because I'm back on the keto now. It's so good. There's I know, look at Leo salivating.
Where did you get it from exactly?
Malecon.
I knew it.
Malecon. Delicious.
Good stuff.
Okay. And then I always make a delicious salad. I always say it'd be 4,000 pounds if it wasn't someone that loves salads, but I do love salad. So what do I have here? I have Boston lettuce, red cabbage. I have carrots, celery, dill, gala apples, and blue cheese crumble.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to put a honey ginger vinegar on that, balsamic vinegar from the New England Olive Oil Company. And I'm going to put a toasted sesame olive oil on this. And I love my salad. So I take great pride in my beautiful salad. Now, since I am on the keto, I go with desserts, but I always have to find new desserts. So this company, I just tried it. It just came today. It's called, I always try to give a shout out to these keto companies because it is helpful when you're on the keto. It's called Wonder Monday Cheesecake. And it's really good. And there's different flavors. I got the variety pack. Now, nobody pays me to promote this stuff. I promote what I love. So I'm going to try that. And I already had a little bit of the other cheesecake. It's really good. So if you're on the keto or you're diabetic and you can't have sugar, these are good alternatives.
What do they put in the crust? What's the crust made of then?
It's I don't know. I'm going to try it and I'll know more next week. But you know what I bet it is, which maybe you can't have because you have a nut allergy. I think it's almond flour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's crushed.
Because all the other cheese and the stuff that's in the cheese, besides the sugar, probably is all keto friendly, right?
Yes.
It would just be the crust that you would have to cut off for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay.
Delicious.
All right. So let's go back to Linny. Do you want to do?
Yeah, I thought I would say that it has an ending. It does have the ending song, right, Dan? But we can't give it away.
Yeah, you can sing it. It's fine. You don't have to say what's going on.
Okay.
So, moving out, all four of them Actually, we have all four of them singing two songs, right? Right? Going Home. This is called Going Home. Da da da. Oh, and it's the last song of the show. Let's see where it is. There it is. I'm not waiting for the light to change or what should have been. I'm sick of the should haves and would haves. It's time for my life to begin. We're not going back to trying, giving up saying we can't. We're ready to paint a new picture. We've got seeds in our pockets to plant. We're going home.
Beautiful.
Our minds are open to surprises, and our arms are ready to sail. We're ready to take new chances. We're no longer afraid to fail. 'Cause we don't give a damn what the people are thinking. We don't give a damn what the people might say. We're becoming our own, and we're not waiting for someday. We're going home. Oh, Danny, I love this song.
So beautiful. Oh my God.
And that's the piece of the last song. The audience goes crazy.
Oh, I love it. Krista
And I
Piero says,
cry.
I love watching Lynn play. Listen, if you go to the show, when you go to the show, which if you're in Florida, please make it's November 1st, Danny, too.
Right. December 10th.
Okay. So you have a good 5 weeks, a little over 5 weeks to see the show. I know I can't Jackie, Dr. Jackie, my friend Dr. Jackie.
I can't
Just
wait.
F and wait
She's
to see
flying down. Jackie's flying down on Wednesday.
it. What?
Lisa, they're coming to the opening.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, she's flying down. Nicole would fly down, but she got the two babies, so it's okay.
Well, listen, I know you can't be everywhere, but Nicole and Jackie and all your kids always come to see your shows in the city.
Oh, everyone.
So
Yeah.
I know they haven't missed. That's amazing. They haven't missed one. All right. So let me see. We got 10 minutes left.
Dan,
Dan, I got a question.
I was going to tell you how we met.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Dan, you could tell her.
We were both teachers at IS 34 in Staten Island. I was a drama and reading teacher, and Lynn was the chorus teacher.
Wow.
And I was working with the MCC, the Manhattan Class Company, when they started, and I wrote these little vignettes about First Time. And we were just reading with the actors one night, and someone said, this would make a great musical. And I said, well, I never wrote a lyric in my life. So they said, well, try. And so at lunchtime, I said to Lynn, I'm trying. And she said, I'd love to write a musical. And so that's basically how it all started, both of us being teachers. And
look at you. Wait, this is a picture of
First Time, which is a great title because it was our first time.
We look the same, Dan.
No, we don't.
Look at you, your babies, your babies.
Oh my God, look at that beauty.
Wait, you know what's really
You
weird?
basically do look the same.
We're kind of like, you're wearing a blue shirt.
Yeah.
My hair is.
Yeah. I love it.
Look at the hair. I mean,
I love it.
But it is a great beginning. And most musical teams. And then when we wrote First Time, ASCAP picks like 4 musicals every year to this great workshop. And all of a sudden, they told us that we were part of ASCAP thing, and we didn't know. So we walked in, and there's like 300 people, and we're sitting way in the back.
Merkin Hall.
And Michael Kirker comes up and says, "No, this is about you. Would you get up there on stage?" And the two of us are like, and
we were in the back row.
Comden and Green were on the panel, and it was wonderful. They both said to us, you really have a wonderful voice, a special voice, and we wish you all the best.
Yeah.
And
Wendy Wasserstein.
it was
Oh,
Wendy
wow.
and they
Charles
were really,
Strauss.
They
Yeah.
were really big cheerleaders, and
They're both really nice people. I had the
oh,
pleasure of
amazing.
working with them at the GLAAD Awards many years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
wonderful. I mean, it was really encouraging. I mean, to write the first show and then to have an off Broadway with there was an old time singer, Jill Corey. I don't know if
Yeah, I
she was
remember her.
on the Hit Parade and all those shows.
Yep.
And
Star.
yeah, I keep thinking of first time and said, wow, it's amazing that you called something first time. It was our first time, and it was pretty successful, and it was encouraging for us to to go on to write Father and Our Time, and then the kid shows, and then the Christmas animated movie, which hopefully at some point will get done. So we're still here.
Yes, you are, and you will be here for a long time. And well, Keith Torgan says so cute when we popped up the picture. Keith Torgan, also a wonderful songwriter and a friend of ours.
Artist.
Lynn, yes,
Brilliant.
an artist, amazing. I have a couple Keith Torgans actually. One I gave to Leo for Christmas, but Keith has a show. He and his wife have a show at 42 Green Room 42. Keith, if you want to pop in the date of that. So now I want to ask you a question, Dan. Okay, so this show happened in 90. The first time both of you was oh wait a minute. Oh my God, surprise! Guess who it is? Karen Mack
Karen.
and Elliot Gould. I mean Elliot Roth. Hi, you guys. They're at Pangea right now. Karen Mack and Elliot Roth.
Wow.
Hi,
Hi,
you guys.
Karen.
Italian Heritage Month as well as Cookie Month.
Oh, thank you.
She sang Silences for us.
Right.
Yep.
Recording.
So I wanted to-
the greatest voice.
There she is.
And I wanted to have her pop in and surprise you guys because I know
Oh.
you both know.
Hi,
And-
wow, that's a wonderful surprise.
Karen does National Cookie Month, which is October. And
Amazing.
Karen, can you tell them what you do for National Cookie Month?
Okay, so the month of October is National Cookie Month. And so for the past 10 years, I take the entire month, I bake a new cookie every day, a different
Wow.
cookie every day. And then I post wobbly pictures on my socials. My pictures have improved because cameras on phones have gotten better, not because of me, but because of that. But I will say it is a super fun thing to do, and people have been so cool to like get on board and to give us stories. Elliot talks about his mom's cookies and has passed along some recipes, and people tell me stories about their families. It's super fun.
I love it, and we love you for it. And we'll have you come on in a few weeks because they're doing a show November 26th at the Triad that everybody has to get ticket to. Yeah, but I'm going to call you guys separately and have you come on in early November, okay, and promo your show.
Hey, thank you.
Of course, I love.
We love
first,
Karen.
I love you guys. You and you, Lynn.
We
Yes.
love you so much.
You would both love Elliot Roth. He's incredible.
Chef,
Oh my God.
You meatball.
All right, go back. I know they're working right now at Pangea. They're playing a set.
Isn't that amazing?
You could call
I
it
love-
that.
I love you guys. I
Love
wanted
you.
to have
Love
Karen.
you.
Maria.
Bye,
love you.
Karen.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, I'm
What a
crazy
voice
about
she
you.
has.
Yeah.
I wanted to surprise you because I know you
Karen
both know
sang the mirror song, Dan.
Wow.
Sometimes when I look into the mirror. Remember that, Danny?
Sure. It's very funny. I was once, and Lynn was playing at some club, and after the show, I said, "Lynn, that was a great song," and she said, "You wrote it." You wrote so many songs.
He's like, I love that song. I said, Danny, you wrote that.
Oh yeah.
I love
Silences.
that.
That was the voice, Jackie. Jackie wrote Silences.
Okay, so
She
Karen
wrote
Mack
that.
is an amazing,
He wrote it.
very humble. She doesn't run around telling you how amazing she is. She just is, and she's a beautiful person.
Karen
and,
is.
and
What a
she-
voice.
Oh, what a voice. So she and Elliot, who is a great friend of mine, who also works at Brandy's, and he's an incredible accompanist and composer himself. They are going to be, and Linny, we should make a plan to go together.
Okay, we'll go.
I believe it's a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm
And
there.
November 26th, we should at the Triad. So anyway, It's so much stuff. I know I was starstruck. LOL, says Jackie.
Jackie. Karen Mack.
Ah,
Yeah,
Karen
they
Mack.
know that voice.
And she's a beautiful person. Beautiful person.
Yeah.
And as is Elliot. So anyway, I wanted to, because they're at Pangea, and I said, Karen, you think you could sneak away and surprise Lynn and Dan? She was like, I'm going to do my best. So she did.
Wasn't that, Dan? It's very strange, right? All this old stuff coming back.
Yes.
Yeah. And John says, we love Pangea and will be performing there on Halloween night. Yes, John. So John and the band, John, type in exactly what time the show starts. I know it's a Tuesday. Pangea, and type in where Pangea is. I know it's on 2nd Avenue. I want to say between like 11th and 10th, around there. It's a beautiful spot. So so much happening now. So much happening out there. Yeah. Let us and I always try to cover as much as I can. So to make sure everybody gets the promo they deserve. But if I don't get to you, please feel free to email me or Facebook message me anything that you want me to promote, and I will be happy to do it. So yeah, it is so sweet. So much sweet stuff happening. Now, Danny, I wanted to ask you a quick question quickly before we come to the end of our show. How do you feel that since you did it in 90, when you wrote it in 98, how do you feel the world that has changed for us as gay people?
Well,
and has it at all?
Yeah, if you had asked me maybe 2 years ago, I would say major changes. But unfortunately, with the political situation, and again, Charlie and I have just become permanent Florida residents, and picking up the newspaper every day and what DeSantis is saying about so many groups. And that's why I really think our show right now is far more pertinent than if we did it 2 years ago.
Yes.
And when we wrote the show initially, it was 2000, the couples, the early 20s in 1998. And I think it's more pertinent now than it was when we did it, because we look back at history and two different time periods. And I'm sad to say that the messages from Mr. Backlash, the messages are still there.
Wow.
And it's very painful.
Now, do you mind telling everybody who Charlie is?
Sure. Charlie's my husband for 46 years.
46 years. That's older
They
than
live
most
right
of you.
by the Stonewall. They live in Perry Street.
I love it.
No,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's so beautiful, okay. So let's, I get so emotional with all this stuff. Dan, you are just an incredible human being.
Thank you.
Okay. So tell them again where the theater is in Florida, and how they can get tickets, and Leo will pop that up, and the dates, so we can get all our Florida friends there.
Okay, it's at the Foundry Theater in Wilton Manors, and the performances begin next Wednesday, and it ends on December 10th. Go online to order tickets at Ronnie, RONNIE, Larson, LARSEN.com, and the tickets are very inexpensive, very small theater. And I'm feeling really, really positive. I told the actors today, because the show's in such great shape, I said today I was sitting there and I heard my music and I saw my music and Lynn's music, and we're truly grateful. It's a great opportunity. It's a great time for 108 Waverly, and I encourage everyone to see it. And Maria, I really want to thank you. Truly grateful for you.
I love you, Dan. I love you.
Giving us this opportunity to share our story. And thank you, Ronnie Lawson, for giving 108 a home. Okay.
And our musical director is Eric Alsford.
I'm sorry?
Eric is our musical director.
Right. I'm sorry. Yes. A wonderful musical director. The whole thing. And the 4 actors, Tim, John Rich, Zhang, and Dylan, thank you so much. 4 fine gentlemen who are so prepared and so enthusiastic about this project. It's a joy to go to rehearsals, and I think it's going to be a joy to sit in the audience to watch this show.
And you know what? It's perfect that you're doing it in Florida. I really,
Oh,
because and I'll tell you why. I really believe in the good of mankind. I believe that human beings are so much better than the news gives us credit for. And I believe if you take able to sit with each other and break bread, most of us really would get along beautifully. So I'm going to stay hopeful, even though I struggle these days, Dan, just like you. It's like, come on. But I believe that shows like this will bring people together. You have created a safe space, the two of you, where gay and straight people can come together and say, wow, it's not the way we want to keep things going. But also, like I said, you opened up that sad place that gay people have to hide in, and you put us in the light. And I cannot thank you both enough for that. So thank you.
We love you, Maria. Thank you
I
for
love
having
you
us.
too.
Leo,
Thank you.
thank you.
Leo's amazing back there, the man behind the curtain, as we call him. Now, I always ask everybody, I know. I always ask everybody, I see you get emotional. I always ask everyone to please, as we close up, leave the audience with something inspirational from a creative point of view. Like as a creative person, if you were talking to someone that is struggling, but staying in this business, staying creative, what would you say to them? Dan,
Lynn?
why don't you go?
I'll go first. Okay.
Okay, let him go first.
No, I just yesterday, a beautiful musical director we were having a problem with the piece, whatever. He said something, I said something. We had to fight because we wanted it. And I said, you have to keep that music playing in your mind, and you have to fight for what you need. If you have to say it, Dan always says we have to choose our battles, but we also have to continue to fight. I don't know. Maybe that's how I feel today. You just got to keep fighting.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I shouldn't feel that, but not every day. But today, I really felt it. I don't care.
Yeah.
You can't
Absolutely.
give up what you feel inside.
Oh, beautiful.
Dan will say the opposite. Dan will say, choose your battles. It's not working.
But that's why you're a great team. That's why you're a great team. The 21 Club. Go ahead, Danny.
You go, Dan.
What do you want to leave people with?
I think it's important that if you have a story to tell, and sometimes not everyone wants to listen, but I think that if you keep the options open and the possibilities open and believing in your story, I never thought that when I started writing that my stories and the different plays that I did write, that I would ever have the opportunity for people to come and sit and listen. I mean, I'm still amazed. I write everything by hand still. And so I look at an empty piece of paper and I start writing. And then all of a sudden I'm sitting in the theater, the lights go down and these characters come alive. And so please, if you have a story and you believe in the story, it will happen. I mean, people say, oh no, it's never going to happen to me. I said the same thing. But fortunately, you surround yourself with good people, as I was able to do with Miss Lynn. And I'm a very, very fortunate man. And sometimes I pinch myself, and sometimes I smile, and sometimes I cry. But overall, this journey has been I've been having a wonderful journey, and I hope to continue having this good journey. And for all the people writing out there, I wish them the very best, and I wish them a wonderful journey also.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, Danny. Leo, you want to leave us with something?
We were talking in cabaret class this week about a certain song. And what Lynn said, Lynn feels like fighting, and this song talks about that. You have to sometimes pull yourself up by the cojones to get what you really want, or to survive what you're dealing with. And the song was "Smile." Smile though your heart is breaking. Yep. And so everyone out there, if you're feeling down, grab yourself by somewhere and smile, and get up there and do it again.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. So I want to thank Dan and Lynn for joining us, and thank you, Leo, for everything
Love you, Chris.
do. Leo is just amazing. And Chris DePiero, great show, Maria, and congrats on your anniversary. Thank you, honey. Great words, Dan, inspiring. Here's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that just sit still with yourself sometimes and remember what you just always want to find what you're not doing right. Right? Oh, I should have done that. I got to do this. I got to get that done. Why didn't I write this? And just make a list of all the great things you have done up to this day, that because you may not remember, but others remember. And make a list of the good things in your mind that you've done, because we have done great things on this earth. And one of the greatest things we've done is connect with each other and love our friends and family. And I do believe, and I'm going to keep putting it out in the universe, that most of us are good and loving human beings. And the news just showcases the bad guys a lot of the time. But there's more good people out there than bad. So let's support the arts, because the arts is how we communicate. I love all of you.
Love you.
Good. Break a leg on your run.
Thanks,
I can't
Leo.
wait.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you.
And remember, no show next week because it's Halloween.
Halloween.
And but we will be back on November 7th with our show as per usual. Okay. We love and appreciate you. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, Danny.